special needs child, as well as the co-chair of the Parent Advisory Commission, sorry, Committee for Special Education, and I just came to state my concern about a remark that was made by Mr. O'Shea, and I just would like to quote that remark. I'll just quote one piece of it. At the end of his speech here, he said, just remember, every time you take an action on a special education case, understand you're robbing the rest of the teachers and students in other classes. I am a special education parent, as well as the co-chair, was very offended by that comment. It was quite insensitive, and you're saying, oh, it's not us versus them. Well, you just put regular education against special education, and putting the blame on my child and all the special education children in this district. And, you know, I've heard, and believe me, we as a committee are very understanding of the budget. We live in this city. We understand that things have to change, cuts have to be made. But to make such an insensitive remark about it, and to make people look at our children and blame our children for the budget is unconscionable. I mean, to me, if you're on the commission, you should be not a biased person, and that's why I'm very biased against special ed. You know, I've heard, you know, the numbers, the percentages of special ed in each province, I hear them there. All I want to say is my child is not a number or a percentage. My child has special needs that have to be looked at individually. Her needs are her needs, and it's mandated you take care of her needs by IDEA and by state regulation. So that's all I'd like to say, and I don't know if you have anything to say about that. But.
I just want to say that as far as the committee, I know that we have a constant battle that goes on, and that we have the city side, it's the school side, it's the special needs kids, it's the non-special needs kids, it's the fire department, it's the police department. We are talking about limited resources in the whole discussion. So it's very natural for people to see that it looks like it fits one side against the other. We don't want to. I understand. This is a general statement. It's a general statement that sometimes appears that perhaps that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's not the goal, but I will ask you for a piece.
First of all, that was the end of a very long statement.
I don't know what to say.
No, actually, you don't. You don't. You have a good friend like me goes writing of that, and you did not write the entire conversation.
Oh, well, I would
So
love to
let's
hear it. I would love to hear
what
it.
the entire conversation was. The conversation goes something like this. First, let's talk about the other kids. If a parent who lives in one neighborhood says, you know, school across the city is a better one than mine, they don't have the option of sending their kids. Okay? A non-special ed kid. They don't really have that option. They can't say, well, we're all going to send our kids to the best school, we're going to just close all the rest. They don't have those options. There's a maintenance of effort requirement that we have to fund the budget at a certain level. In special ed in each province, based on all the data that has been presented to us and why, we have the highest participation rate in the state, well above all like communities, meaning a higher percentage of the school age population is covered because of special ed anywhere else in the state. I didn't interrupt you.
All right, I'm sorry.
Secondly, and more importantly, the cost per special ed kid is way above every other community in the state. Not a little bit, but way above. You now have a special ed director. No, actually, you've had special ed directors. They've gone to Brad and say, can we do this less expensively? And make sure that you're the special ed director. Sorry. What is the best and appropriate treatment based on the training of those professionals? Where's the IEP, and where can those services best be done? Okay? When you have a parent say, look, when your special ed director says, well, we have an adequate summer camp program, and you have a parent that insists the kid be sent to Vermont, when there is absolutely no evidence, no data, nothing that says that that's a better outcome, just a more expensive outcome, then you have a problem. So the goal of the 5-year goal of special ed is to get over 5 years, not once, over 5 years, statewide average cost and get to the statewide average participation rate. Not by kicking people out, not by denying services, but providing appropriate services. And every time that a school committee member or someone else jumps in and says, no, I want this, that is money that has been taken out of the system. Let's not kid ourselves. There's not a big pot of money to just reach in and say, well, here. So, you heard Chrissy Rossi say, well, I don't think textbooks are funded adequately. They were cut. They were cut $150,000 last year. We don't think there's enough money for all-day pay. We want to keep Oldham open. And I'm sure you're not saying this, we want to keep spending special ed above everybody else in the state. I don't think you're saying that. I think what you're saying is, I want the right education program for my child. I don't want it to be budget. I want it to be treatment driven, and I want it to be the best treatment for that child. And all I'm saying is, please let's work with the professionals to do that. As opposed to fighting every time someone raises special ed, they're killing my kids. I don't think so. I really don't. Now, there's room for obviously. The parent has to agree. Conferences. I think people are working hard at it. But ultimately, those costs come down, or taxes go up, or you continue to dog around the rest of the system. And that's exactly the point I think I made. My drama coach in the quarter says it is. And if I was misinterpreted, I understand how emotional the issue is. I really do.
Well, let me ask some questions. What is the current percentage now of special ed children in the district? Now, isn't that the state average?
No.
19.1. 19.1. What are we supposed to be at?
It's not supposed to be. It's just that.
Well, what is the average you're getting?
Somewhere around 14 and 15. I think I just can't remember. We haven't had that. We did that very back in.
You can get them.
You're a little when you said about a parent wanting to send their child to Vermont for extended schooling. I think that's not a typical thing. So for you to make that, bring that out as a reaction to it. I don't know anybody that would want to send their child to Vermont. So that one parent, obviously that is unreasonable. And that's understandable.
Well, that's not the only case. There is a reason your costs are high. And it is because a lot of people have not been reasonable.
Well, when it's not reasonable, as a committee, we understand reasonable. So our local advisory committee, that's what we're there to work with the district. But the district has not reached out to us as a parent advisory group to work with these issues and help them. And we've been glad to do it. We're surprised as parents when we're told, like we get a notice, oh, by the way, this program's changing, this program's being taught, this is changing. We find out when we walk into an IEP or when we hear it in the news. So you say we're supposed to be working together. Well, that's not happening, and that's why parents are very, very upset because they walk into and they're supposed to be treated as a team member on this IEP team for their child, but they're kind of being dictated. Well, this program's going to close, so just get used to it.
I agree. The communication is less than it needs to be. I totally agree. And hopefully that can be changed.
And that's what will help things. That's all I'm saying. We need to be.
And what I would ask the parent advisory group to do is to sit through the RISE presentation from the data and listen to what they have to say, and then work with the special ed people to work on that issue.
Yeah,
I can't make the communication get better.
No, I understand.
But I'll tell you what I will do. If it doesn't fit, and you want me to intervene between the two of you, I'll be glad to do it.
Well, it's a whole, systemic thing that seems like it needs to change in my opinion. But I understand the numbers. I've been to many RISE conferences and this is what it should be, and this is what is typical. But again, a need is a need. And if a child has a need, I don't really care about a percentage.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
I totally agree. What I'm not in agreement with is that somehow each father, there's something about the population that produces more and needier special ed kids than any other.
Well, I know why it probably probably was that way, because I know I'm not from these province, I'm not a county, and I moved into this district about, 20 years ago, and the reason I moved in was, I had such a child, and the special needs program is exceptional, and it was, it was unbelievable. I mean, I can't believe how far my daughter has progressed, but in the last few years, it's, and